Hello everyone, Teacher Skyla here with SkylaPosts.com, and on this channel you will find videos all about making an income from home. And in this video, in this video, we're going to talk about 5 tips for mock classes. This is specific to the new Rubric 4.0, which is in the process of being launched right now. It is June of 2020. And so these are just 5 tips to help you be successful while doing mock classes at this point. Of course, VIPKid is always making changes and updates and things like that, but these are the most recent and best tips for you right now. So all that means is that there has been a change to the mock class grading system. And these are some tips to help you out that may be a little different than how mock classes were graded before. I am a mock class mentor, or MCM, with the company, which means when you come in during the hiring process to teach your mock class, I am one of those people who is pretending to be your student, okay? And giving feedback and helping you through that process. So the first one I'm going to mention, I know a lot of people get confused with rewards. Am I supposed to use my own? Am I supposed to use the one provided? What am I supposed to do? So it is preferred that you use your own. That way you have the opportunity to extend easily. It's also encouraged to have you use the interactive reward slide to demonstrate drag and drop. And something that is now new is that classroom stars will also be graded on to see if you understand that when we're in the classroom, we always give 5 stars or up to 5 stars with our students when we're actually teaching, and we always give them an actual physical, tangible reward. So we're looking for both within a mock class. Now, give me 1 second to give you a few more details on that. So what I would encourage is when you get to the slide that says reward, introduce your own first. When you do a good job, you get a basketball. It can be that simple. Introduce your reward, okay? Stars do not need to be introduced. They just need to be used. So that's what I would do. When you do a good job, you get, and then tell them the reward. Now, when you go to model drag and drop, do not tell me I'm also getting toys, because then you have to give me stars and your reward and the toys. That's too much. Say something like, Sarah, can you drag and drop? Drag and drop, drag and drop, and then show on the screen, show with your hand, show with the prop. Just keep repeating drag and drop while you start to model effectively and in more than one way. Okay, so introduce your own reward. When you do a good job, you get, and then go ahead and teach them how to drag and drop. Now, during the lesson, during the mock class, you want to give 3 to 5 rewards and 1 to 2 stars. Okay, now in a full 25-minute lesson, you will be giving 5 stars plus 5 to 8 of your own rewards. Some people like to give stars about every 5 minutes. Other people like to just do every other, like basketball star, basketball star, basketball star, if you were doing basketballs. Okay, so my first tip for mock classes is to use your own reward. Make sure you bring in stars while teaching, in addition to reward, and go ahead and teach drag and drop on that reward slide. Okay, the second helpful thing for mock classes is to use the student's name. There is a category where the student's name, was it used or was it not? Okay, so be sure to use the student's name. It's best practice to use it often, like great job, Sarah. Or hello, Sarah, after they introduce themselves, things like that. So be sure to use the student's name. That's the second tip. The third tip I have for you is to ask 2 rapport building questions, okay? In the past, you only needed to ask 1, like, how are you? How old are you? You have two ways you can do this. You can either ask both questions right at the beginning. So after introducing, like, what is your name? My name is Teacher Skyla. What is your name? That part, that doesn't count. That's just names, which needs to happen. But on asking rapport building questions, you can ask two right there, like, how are you and how old are you are the most common. Or you can ask one on the introduction slide and one somewhere during. Okay? Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. And then the fourth tip I have for you is, and this is a little bit different, okay? You want to use instructional TPR and on-screen modeling on every slide, okay? You don't have to do it on the reward slide and the goodbye slide, but use that. So on-screen modeling, all that means is marking or showing somewhere that you want them to look or read. So all it is using the PowerPoint to direct them or show them where you want them. Okay? It's just on-screen instruction or on-screen demonstrating. Okay? That could be underlining a word. Maybe you're doing the repetition of a vocabulary word and you choose to circle it first. Maybe you're on a slide that you're having them drag and drop and you circle which one they're dragging to first so they know where it's going. Or maybe you have 3 photos and you underline or circle one so you know which one you're asking about. Or maybe you draw an arrow. You can choose. You can use underlining, circling, arrows, brackets. That is up to you, but make sure that on every slide there's some kind of direction for them to go because you marked it. Another thing you can do is you can start to drag an item when you're helping model where something goes. There's a difference between showing them how to do something and giving them the answer. So keep that in mind. And then I guess the last one is not necessarily a tip, but the fifth thing I have for you is that right now they've made a big change and there are no upper level mock classes. Now, is that a permanent change? I do not know. Is that something that is subject to change in the future? Absolutely. So right now, June of 2020, there are only lower level mock classes. Now, once you're already a teacher and you're certified in a couple of levels, you can still be offered other certifications just like normal, and it will just be a different process to earn the intermediate level or upper level certifications. Okay? I hope you find these helpful. We'll do a quick recap. So with rewards, be sure to use at least 1 to 2 stars, plus 3 to 5 of your own reward. Go ahead and model drag and drop on the reward slide. Okay? Then there's no jumping back and forth. You're just using it to model. All right? So that's the updates on rewards. The second thing we talked about was using the student's name. You can use it naturally, like great job in their name or hello in their name. And if you do that, then you're doing great. And then make sure you ask 2 rapport building questions. The most commonly used are, how old are you? And oh my goodness, how are you? So you can either do both questions right after asking their name, or you can ask their name, ask one, and then during the lesson, you can find a way to appropriately fit the other. I'd probably just do it at the beginning so it's done. And then the fourth one is make sure that you are using on-screen modeling on every slide as well as instructional TPR. Instructional TPR are any bodily gestures that help give instruction. Okay, so if you say like, what do you see? My hand motions would be instructional TPR because they're enhancing the verbal instruction. Or draw a line, drag and drop. It's the same idea with showing them on the slide what to do. Your body's enhancing the verbal instructions. Okay, that should happen on every slide as well. So instructional TPR and educational TPR on every slide. And then there are currently no mock classes for intermediate or upper levels. Okay, those are the tips I have for you. And if you have any questions, please comment below or email me at skylaposts@gmail.com. I'll see you soon. Have a great day.